Space is vast. It is dark. It is cold. It is overwhelmingly silent. For centuries, humanity has stared into that inky blackness, wondering if we are truly alone. We have sent out our own faint whispers, radio broadcasts, television signals, hoping that somewhere, across the unimaginable distances, another intelligence might be listening. But for all our searching, the universe has remained quiet. A profound, cosmic silence has greeted our every attempt to find a neighbor among the stars. That is, until one fateful summer night in 1977. On that night, for just a moment, the silence was broken. The universe seemed to speak. It happened in the heartland of America, in Ohio. While the world slept, a giant metallic ear was tilted toward the heavens. This was the Big Ear Radio Telescope, a sentinel of science tirelessly scanning the cosmos. Its singular mission was to listen for signals that could not be explained by nature. It was searching for a message, a sign, a whisper from another civilization. For years, its receivers had picked up nothing but the random crackle and hiss of cosmic background noise. But on this night, something extraordinary sliced through the static. For a brief and fleeting 72 seconds, the telescope captured a signal of immense power. It was a narrow, focused beam of radio waves, unlike anything ever detected before. It arrived from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius, a dense and ancient region of our galaxy. A few days later, a young astronomer named Jerry Amon was reviewing the telescope's data printouts. He saw a sequence of characters that made his heart race, a code that would soon become legendary, 6EQUJ5. In that moment, a scientific curiosity turned into a global obsession. Dr. Amon was so stunned by what he saw that he circled the code in red ink and wrote a single, breathless word in the margin: "Wow." It was the perfect expression of awe, shock, and disbelief. The signal was a ghost in the machine, a fleeting anomaly that was stronger than any known celestial object. It appeared without warning and vanished just as quickly, never to be heard from again. Was this the long-awaited call from the cosmos, a sign that we are not alone? To understand why the wow signal was so electrifying, we must first understand the language of the universe. The cosmos is not silent. It is filled with a cacophony of radiation. Stars, galaxies, black holes emit across the electromagnetic spectrum. If you wanted to send a message across interstellar space, most of these are poor choices. Visible light gets blocked by cosmic dust. Radio waves are different. The marathon runners of the cosmos. They travel for billions of light years with very little interference. For this reason, scientists searching for extraterrestrial intelligence focus on radio. It's the quietest part of the cosmic background. A window. An alien civilization would know that. They'd transmit on a frequency so obvious and universal that others would listen. A cosmic landmark. A frequency tied to the most abundant element in the cosmos. That special landmark is known as the hydrogen line. It is a universal whisper that echoes throughout every corner of the cosmos. Any civilization with a basic understanding of physics would know about it. Physicists called it the cosmic water hole, a natural gathering place on the radio spectrum where different species might come to talk. This is what makes the wow signal so chillingly compelling. It arrived almost exactly at the hydrogen line. It was as if the sender knew exactly where we would be listening. They had chosen the one channel in the sky that screamed artificial. The signal structure was perhaps even more astonishing. It formed a perfect bell curve. This shape was exactly what astronomers would expect to see if a fixed, continuous signal from deep space was swept over by the telescope's narrow field of view. The full duration for this transit was 72 seconds. The wow signal lasted for exactly 72 seconds, perfectly matching the expected observation window. This combination of factors made the signal stand out as a monumental anomaly. It looked engineered. It looked designed. When we compare the wow signal to other known sources of radio waves, its unnatural character becomes even more apparent. Natural cosmic sources, pulsars, quasars, tend to broadcast across a wide range of frequencies. They are messy. Furthermore, Natural sources do not simply switch on and then switch off. They fluctuate, they fade, but they do not typically vanish without a trace. This signal did. This on-off behavior is the central problem for any natural explanation. No known astrophysical phenomenon operates this way. Scientists tried to explain it away. Could it have been a signal from a human satellite? This was ruled out. Every conventional explanation has failed to stick. It was as if the sender had read a textbook on how to contact a new civilization and followed it to the letter. The WOW signal checked every single box. This repeated failure to redetect the signal became a powerful piece of evidence in itself. This led to a stark and dramatic question that has hung over the mystery for 48 years. Why only once? The news didn't spread in headlines. It moved through hushed phone calls. A profound, cautious excitement took hold. That caution triggered a silent, urgent cascade of action across the globe. The coordinates, a patch in Sagittarius, became the most scrutinized spot in the sky. The investigation went international fast. NASA's Deep Space Network, observatories in France, Italy, Australia. It became a clandestine, global scientific manhunt. A generation of astronomers was united by a single burning question. Had the modest Big Ear in Ohio stumbled upon humanity's greatest discovery? But the universe offered nothing back. The powerful, clear tone that had shouted from Sagittarius was gone, replaced by an unnerving quiet. The frustration within the scientific community began to mount. The initial excitement slowly curdled into a collective, gnawing disappointment. This created deep divisions. On one side were the steadfast skeptics. On the other, the believers, who argued that dismissing the signal was unscientific. This conflict was not just academic, it was deeply personal. Scientists who searched were often seen as wasting resources, facing criticism and the dismissive giggle factor. For most of the scientific world, the WOW signal eventually faded into a historical curiosity, but for a select few, it became an obsession. At the center of this quest was Jerry Amon, torn between scientific caution and the undeniable perfection of the signal. He was its most faithful and skeptical guardian. Then there was Robert Gray, an amateur astronomer and data scientist from Chicago. Gray became the signal's ardent hunter. Starting in the 1980s, Gray dedicated his life and much of his own money booking time on powerful radio telescopes. He spent countless hours over decades, sacrificing sleep and personal time for a chance to hear the signal again. A lonely, thankless pursuit. He traveled to the Very Large Array in New Mexico and the Parkes Observatory in Australia, using instruments far more powerful than the Big Ear. His work was methodical and exhaustive. He cataloged thousands of hours of silent data, chasing a ghost across decades. The universe had spoken once, and these were the men listening for its second word, no matter how long it took. For nearly half a century, the investigation had been at a standstill. But then, the age of big data arrived, and everything changed. In 2022, an amateur astronomer named Alberto Caballero decided to use this powerful new catalog to revisit the old cold case. He reasoned that if the signal came from an intelligent civilization, it would likely orbit a star similar to our own sun. So he began to filter the billion-star catalog. After painstakingly combing through the data, he found it. Buried within the millions of stars in that region, there was one, and only one, that perfectly matched the criteria. The star was given the catalog designation 2MASS 1928198226400123. On paper, it was the perfect suspect, a G-type main sequence star, just like our sun. Estimated temperature similar, luminosity similar. It was the first truly plausible home for the signal's sender. A star system that could, in theory, harbor a civilization capable of building a powerful radio transmitter. Did the signal come from this star? The ghost from 1977 finally had a potential address. The story of the WOW signal is a profound reflection on our place in the universe. It is a singular event that perfectly aligns with our predictions for an extraterrestrial beacon. We are listening to an echo from the past. The signal that reached Earth in 1977 left its source around the year 177 AD. The civilization that may have sent it could have risen and fallen in the 1,800 years it took for their message to cross the interstellar gulf. In this scenario, the silence we hear now is not an absence of intent, but the silence of extinction. The single perfect signal might be all we ever get. The enduring legacy of the wow. Signal is not just about the possibility of alien life. It is about what the search reveals about us. It reflects humanity's deepest instincts, hope, fear, and an insatiable curiosity. It underscores the preciousness and potential fragility of intelligent life. It shows we dare to ask the biggest questions and refuse to accept the universe's silence as the final answer. The search for the signal's source is, in the end, a search for ourselves. Today, 48 years after a radio telescope in Ohio caught a whisper from the stars, we find ourselves not at the end of the story, but at the end of the beginning. The decades of frustrated searching have given way to a new era of focused inquiry. The work will be slow, and success is far from guaranteed. But even if this specific star yields nothing, the quest itself has changed us. It has taught us how to listen better, how to search smarter. The universe whispered once, and we are still listening.